The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Chaim Zaitchik. Chaim Zaitchik was a great Torah leader, Jew, a very well-known author of great books. Back in World War II, though, Chaim Zaitchik was younger and less known. And unfortunately, though, in the course of his life at that time, they had taken him and they had sent him to the labor camps in Siberia. So this Chaim Zaitchik gets sent off to Siberia. And he describes, it's written in his biography, how horrible and horrific the situation was over there. That they were freezing. They had threadbare clothing. He said they were worked and beaten close to death. He said they were walking skeletons. And they only got a drop to eat every day. A little bit of bread. He said, and even less of water. Because the water in the area wasn't drinkable. And the only water they could get was from a stream that was very, very far away. So they had a little bit of bread and even less water. He said they were skeletons. He said, and one day they were looking for somebody to volunteer to take the 2 pails and walk the tremendous distance to the stream to get the water and then carry these heavy buckets all the way back. And as frail as he was, Chaim Zaitchik said, I'll do it. I'll do it. And he takes the 2 pails and he begins to walk. And the reason he volunteered is because he had heard a rumor that where that stream is, there was a town nearby. And in that town he had heard that there's a Jewish family. He walks all the way to the stream. The second he gets there, he drops the buckets and he runs to the town. And he starts running through the houses looking for that mezuzah, that telltale sign of a Jew on the doorpost. And finally he finds it and he starts pounding on the door. And the woman of the home, she opens the door a little bit to see who it is. And she sees this skeleton there in tattered clothing. She realizes, of course, this must be one of the prisoners from the camp. They must be desperate for food. So she gets a slice of bread and she sticks it out through the crack in the door to Chaim Zaitchik. Food, the most cherished, precious commodity. But Chaim Zaitchik starts crying. He says, no, I don't need food. I don't need bread. Ich bin a Yid, I'm a Jew, I need Torah. Do you have any books of Torah that you could give me? Do you have any books I could take back with me, please? I beg you, I don't want food, I want Torah. He said that she didn't know what to do, she called her husband. And her husband said to this sobbing Reb Chaim Zaitchik, crying for an ounce of Torah, he said, I'm not a rabbi. I only own 1 book of Torah. 1 tractate of Gemara, of Talmud. I can't give that away. And Reb Chaim Zaitchik starts crying, please, Rachem alai, have mercy on me. I'll take even the title page. Just give me something from that book. And his cries touched the man's heart, and he said, let me go check the book. And he went and he looked, and he saw that he had 1 book of Talmud, but like in some editions, it was really 2 tractates in one, Nidorim and Nazir. So he ripped it in half, and he gave the Nidorim, tractate Nidorim, to Reb Chaim Zaitchik. And Reb Chaim Zaitchik describes, he tucked it into his shirt and he quickly ran back, grabbed the water and ran back. He said, in running back that great distance, schlepping these heavy pails of water, knowing he was going back to the labor camp, he was filled with a profound joy, knowing that he had his Gemara, he had his book of Torah to study with him in a shirt. He went back and he was filled with joy. And he said that no matter from that point forward, no matter what happened during the day, no matter what type of labor they put him through, no matter how they beat him or how they starved him, he said it made no difference, because at night he would go and he would pull out his Gemara. He would pull out that book of Torah and begin to learn. And with that, he would come back to life. With that, he would touch eternal life.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org